Namaste, my fellow Earthlings. It is I, Osepi, and here, Shocker, in nature. And today, I want to talk about a few things. It all kind of goes together. So, first thing is just a self-reflection. I like to talk about stuff. Why is this so dark? Is there a reason this is so dark? I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So I like yapping about just life and like how to live life and um, you know, like man, these trees are really beautiful. Yeah, and they're all beautiful, but I don't know, it doesn't capture its beauty. But anyways, yeah, I like giving advice. Basically, I find that the self-reflection is that I realize in these videos, I'm not doing much but just telling you advice, pretty much. And I mean, and also just showing you some nice nature. But like, if you're gonna come for the nature, I just can't help myself. But like, here, let's see. Can you see the berries? Oh, those ones are picked. Let's see, hold on. Berries. Okay. Terrible shot of the berries. I know you're here for the berries, but you're gonna stay for the advice, cause I know what I'm talking about. Okay, I know what I'm talking about, guys. That's my segue into the second point. Is like, how do we take advice, or how do we know when the advice we're being given is good advice? Because there's a lot of people with a lot of different opinions, and this is like another point. I don't know what I'm doing, man. I do not. I'm not the guru, man. I mean, I could be the guru, but yeah, I'll never tell you. But like, yeah, my life ain't like, I don't have it all together, but you don't either. No one here has it together, and so this is kind of what I'm getting at. If everybody has something to say, and ultimately nobody got it together, then who do we listen to? Because there's plenty of people to listen to. And so I think perhaps starting with a recognition that none of us have it together is a good start. And then from there, at least this is just how I'm thinking of it, is we can hold the advice we're given, but we have to think about it, integrate it, and well, perhaps not integrate it, but what comes to me is like, we have to hold it with two hands, but my other hand's holding the phone. But like, when you're receiving advice, like, don't try to resist it. Don't try to just eat it all up either, because again, they don't really have it all together. They don't really truly understand, especially your perspective. And that's what we're gonna get to, is your perspective, sir. But how much time do I have? Okay, I have 46 minutes. Here we go. We're gonna use all of them just for you. But yeah. So, like, try to receive advice in an act of holding, not putting it into your heart and feeding it and eating it all up, not just taking it and throwing it to the side either, saying this person has no shit, doesn't know what they're talking about, whatever. There's a lot of bad advice out there, like intentionally bad advice, or just like whatever, but that's fine. There's still a morsel of wisdom in there for you. We all have, each and every one of us, each and every fellow earthling has a unique morsel of wisdom. We all do. We have something really valuable, a little gold nugget somewhere in our butt or something. So we have to get up in there and fish it out. I'm sorry, I strung that one together a little weird, but so I'm depressed and I don't have it all together and my life sucks and whatever. But there's berries. Oh fuck. Oh, and there's prickers too. Okay, so berries. Wait, you gotta see that though. Berry break. Alright. Ouch. So yeah, so I don't have it together, but I put myself out here on the internet, so you can take something from my experience that you can't take from your own. And that's what's about what advices you can boil it down to when you're in a position where you're receiving advice or giving advice, knowing that we all have issues, we all don't have it together, and we all have morsels of wisdom that we cannot find on our own. So, like, I was born in New Jersey. I moved to Minnesota. I'm in America. I have a dog. Oh, he's like, what the fuck is that? I like to walk around in nature. I have autism, like, maybe some of you guys can relate to those things, but maybe not all of them, or there's a lot of it you can't relate to. And that is actually great, because I have gone through experiences and learned and grown from those experiences. And so, just for who I am and how I present myself is informed by those experiences, those growing experiences. So when we meet, when we are together, those experiences are gonna come out in a way, or the fruits, I should say, the fruits of those experiences, bad or good, are gonna come out, and you're gonna feed on them just by my mere presence with you. Now, how we consume those fruits, that we can be attentive to, and I think that's where we should put our focus. But also having this kind of acceptance that there's something in the most idiotic people. There's something in everyone that we can learn. So take some time and learn something. I found a feather. So yeah, like, and I just need to take a moment of silence. That's a really good way to get you just do a lot better with some silence sometimes. But I'm not really taking the silence, but also, if you remain too much in silence, you become in your head. And I think I'm realizing that's the issue I have, is I'm just too much in my head. And so because of that, I'm kind of in, to some degree, it results in me cutting out the external world. And I'm not really absorbing what you have to offer. And I can't as fluidly share what I have to offer. Because there's just something weird. If you really get into your head, there's something weird about being just in your head, you know? I mean, where the thoughts and all that stuff feel louder than the feel louder than the external like senses we take in, and the world, you know? But I think when we're at that point, that's not good. That's dysfunctional, I think. And like there's something, I've been there a lot, so it's, and there's fruits from that experience. But um what was I saying? um what was I saying, guys? I forgot. um, let's just enjoy things and hope. Yeah, can you see? Yeah, you get to walk behind me now. I don't know what this looks like. Okay, whatever. Um, yeah, so that's the end of my thought. And this is, I mean, you're in, like, if you're really listening to me now, you're kind of in a position where you're receiving my advice. But remember, I I'm dysfunctional, dude. I don't know. I don't have it together, man. You know, I'm going through a lot of suffering. Okay, lots of suffering. and and I'm sure you are too. You know, times can be difficult. Maybe you're in a time where everything's sunshine and rainbows, and I'm so glad for you. But the rest of us, um, you know, it, yeah, like within this suffering, there does come beauty. But you know, I might say something that, you know, like I could just say, screw the politicians, screw them. And I might be saying that because like they had, they just had a negative effect on me or something. I'm just pissed off about them, you know? But like that might not be the best advice. I'm telling you to I'm giving you the advice to screw the politicians, but that might be because coming from a place that inside of me that's still not grown in a certain way, that would say something a little different if I had time. I'm going through this like deer path here, to get poison ivy. But uh, how do I put this? Oh, so yeah, just be take advice very as you know, and sincere advice, I should say, as, and you have to discern for yourself what that is. But take that, just take it. No, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. So, as you know, you can see advice as a demonstration of someone else's journey through life. This is not working. So stay, stay. Okay. All right. Okay. Now it's all crooked, but whatever. So. Sorry, guys. What I'm saying is, I'm getting poison ivy out here. There's one. Oh I'm sorry. Blah, 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 blah. I be blah, blah, blah. Life's like be in the moment. Blah blah blah. You know, I'm giving you advice. Okay, here we go, and then you'd be like, oh, this, like, taking it with a grain of salt, basically, by in the knowing that I don't have it all figured out, but then also knowing that my journey is so unique. We're all got a unique journey. It's not just me that has a unique. I'm not unique in having a unique journey, you know. Okay, hold on. Oh, so seeing advice as as a reflection of another person's journey, in which that journey has a uniqueness to it, and has had the opportunity to grow in ways you could never have the opportunity to, in its entirety. You know, maybe similar stuff. You might have gone through stuff similar to other people, and that's actually good. Sometimes, you know, I've dealt with depression, so if you are depressed, you might resonate with what I'm saying a little more, but it's still a unique experience. So I can bear fruits from the lessons of depression in a different way. They're different fruits than the ones you may bear, and so you know, feed on them, like, in that context, you know, that they are, you know, whatever. And I've been around some different people recently, and I'm just like, you know, they've been through different stuff than me, and they just exist. They present themselves. They show up in the world in a different way. Of maybe I could even say a very different way, and instead of me kind of like pushing them off, or just being like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, or whatever, like, too much extreme, I just hold the experience of them, all the fruits they're giving me, you know, bitter and sweet, you know, bad fruits and good fruits, and I'm just like, all right, that tastes like this, you know, that sounds like this, you know, it looks like this. Not in a judgmental way, but I don't. But I'm noting that this is the quality of the sight and the sound and the words, and, you know, just by their body language, you can learn a lot from someone. It tells a lot about someone sometimes, but there's some. I what the fuck? Isn't this beautiful? Okay, well, okay. So I think I just last point here, I think, was just a minor one. Is that, like, from my experience, I'm just saying, I've witnessing people with differences and stuff. Even if I'm like, this person, you know, like, what in the world, you know, or I'm like, wow, this is a real awesome person, you know, just like, just being really attentive to that, and knowing that you don't know them, you don't have them figured out, because you will never have yourself figured out, sir, ma'am, whatever. Okay, that's really, think about that, you know, like how are you gonna say, oh, this person's rude, or oh, this person's annoying. Oh, this person is like just a soulless corporate pencil pusher, you know? That's all they really are, you know? That's just a Christian. Oh, that's just a Hindu, you know? That's just what they are. I've figured them out. I've deduced that this person is that way, you know? But no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? What was that? I don't know. Because I don't know myself. Don't do that, because if you be like, I know this person is just that, go like this. This person is just, I don't know. And I'm pretty sure if you sit down with yourself and try to figure out what the fuck your life is all about, it's gonna be a little hard. You'll realize, oh, I'm complicated. If you really look at yourself, you know, psychologically and on all the levels, you know, it's good to look at that stuff. It is, but just know that there's wisdom in every moment and in everyone and in yourself, you know, and so don't live your life just going on don't just live your life going off of your wisdom, you know. Even if your wisdom is, oh, the trickier in life is to be of service to God or this or that, you know. That's still your kind of wisdom, you know. Maybe you can say God gave you that wisdom. Whatever is the case. I'm just saying, there's also a wisdom in the atheists who say, we're just here by random, I don't know, you know, whatever. Like, I don't need to give you examples. Okay, I'm done here. I'm calling it good. So just stay blessed, guys. And this has been advice on advice. All right, peace.